Marathon dropped another trailer. Every time I go, I need some Destiny news, Marathon drops another trailer. I can't make this shit up, man. Every time I'm like, can we get some Destiny news in here? They're like, how about 2.5 minutes of Marathon gameplay, huh? Let's take a look at this trailer, though. Death awaits Marathon gameplay trailer. How many of you were expecting a grapple melee right there? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, grapple melee time. Nope. I showing off the different characters, different shells. Oh, they're bringing it back, baby. They're bringing it back. Escape will make me gone. All right, trailer looks pretty good, I suppose. You know, I mean, it's showing some, it's setting the vibe at least. You know what I mean? Marathon's supposed to be like almost like a spookier kind of game, you know. And when you look into the lore, a lot of spooky shit happening there. There's going to be some psychological stuff that comes from playing this game, you know. And that's the reason why I think they have such a huge cast in its VA. But I can't help but look at this and think about, man, if this game doesn't pop, Bungie may never make another PvP game ever again. Like, as much work they're putting into this, as much marketing they're putting into this, if this game doesn't hit, Bungie will probably never make another PvP game ever, bar like Destiny having Crucible. But or you say, or another game, I still think they would. I mean, Destiny 3 just seems like such an obvious choice. But this would, if this game don't hit, I wouldn't be surprised if Bungie's like, all right, that's enough PvP time. Let's make PvE. Let's make more raids, more dungeons, all that jazz. So I think in some ways, this is kind of an ego thing. You know, at one time, Bungie had Halo. You know, that was like the standard for arena shooters for so long. And I mean, back in the Halo 3 days, dude, it was peak, man. I mean, there's no other way to put it. When the boys and I got together, that's what we wanted to play. Our best memories came from Halo. And I feel like Bungie has wanted to kind of get some of that back. Some of that, like, you know, that ego, that PvP placement amongst, you know, being one of the best PvP games out there. They tried it with Destiny. It just doesn't work with Destiny's formula because PvE suffers too much. You know, on the quest to make Destiny 2 PvP super competitive, you completely eroded the PvE aspects. And so all the things that make you feel like a superhero, all that was completely diminished in Destiny 2 vanilla. That's not going to be a concern here, or shouldn't be, considering that this is only it's a PvE game, but primarily PvP. I will say this, Bungie in all of this gameplay is showing off shotguns a lot. Like, is this a shotgun or something here? They also show the that other shotgun a whole bunch. Dude, I mean, we'll see what the range is on them, but if you play Destiny at all, Bungie likes shotguns. So look no further than every single shotgun meta we've ever been in. I mean, Matador, Universal Remote back in the day, Invective for a small time there. Bungie will give you a shotgun and be like, yeah, 9-meter kills with the pellet shotgun, balance. 15-meter kills with chaperone, balance. So we'll see how shotguns perform here. Since Halo even. I mean, yeah, since Halo even, right? I think this is the coolest aspect to Marathon right here. Just seeing world events like this, stuff like this changing on the map. You know, I think that's going to be so cool. And of course, that's going to pull in so many people and create multiple encounters. It's just going to create a lot of gunfights. A bunch of Reddit warriors and review bombers dictated games are successful now. Sad times. I think a game was, when a game is overwhelmingly good, you can't bomb it. Like Expedition 33, you didn't have to convince anyone. All you had to do was watch, I would say like the first 60 seconds of that game. And you knew, like I knew within the first minute, I was like, God, dog, we're about to play something great here. This is about to be probably game of the year. And sure enough, and all the way through, it was that experience. Now, here's the other thing. I would say objectively, games like High Guard, it's not a bad game. In my opinion, it's not a bad game. But people are looking for perfect or great or something just something that really stands out. We just have a lot of options, guys. I would say if Marathon succeeds, it will be the only one on that list of Concord games. You know, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but there's like a list of like Concord 1, which was of course Concord. Concord 2, people are saying is High Guard. And then Concord 3, which people are saying is Marathon. If Marathon succeeds, it will probably be the only game that has avoided that fate. But I also just feel like the vibes have shifted. Like people absolutely hated Concord before that game came out. High Guard, people were already going out of their way to shit on that game. I feel like the vibe around Marathon has already shifted, and it shifted, I would say, probably this past week. You know, started with the Vidoc from maybe a month ago, and then especially this past week, I feel like things have really started to shift. That gameplay reveal we got yesterday, just raw gameplay of a team encounter, I could just tell people are more interested now than ever before, seeing engagements like that. And I could tell this based off of like percentage. Marathon videos, you know, you guys being roughly like way back when, like roughly in the 70% like rating, and then it worked its way up, you know what I mean? But now that we're in, I'd say since yesterday's video, like ratings on just our videos, which I know is a small sample size, is like 90% plus. So what I'm really saying is I feel like the mentality around Marathon has really shifted. Marathon is still pretty hated. There's still a chunk of folks that call it art thief game or whatever. Also calling it boring and uninspired. Yeah, but I already just feel like things have really shifted in comparison to actual Concord and High Guard. So we'll see, man. We'll see. None of this really matters, by the way. Like, it matters if the game is shit. But if the game is good and everyone is enjoying playing it, eventually, you know, people will see that, hey, it's kind of a good game. But it's got to be good. It's got to be good, man. Look, some of you are going to call people shills for liking this game. And then some that are being critical, you're going to call them toxic. It's just the way of the internet. When the dust settles, we'll see what Marathon looks like a week after launch. I think that's going to be the telltale right there, man. Let's see what the game looks like a week after launch. Let's see what that concurrent player base is looking like. Let's see what the loot economy is going to be like and fully fleshed out. You know, that's 1 week. Leading into 2 weeks, even more important. That's it. There, you know what I mean? So only time will tell. If you're on the fence about it, if you're like, dude, I don't want to invest my time in this game, don't do it. Wait. If you're on the fence about it. At the end of the day, am I going to play Marathon? Sure. Would I take a D3 over Marathon? Every fucking time, dude. It's not even a question. But we don't have a D3. Hopefully this week, as my Destiny players are coming into here right now, I hope we get something from Bungie about the future of Destiny, because we need to know what's going on. We've got no news about the delay, even though it's been said from multiple sources in the community that there is definitely a delay coming. I would hope we're getting that today, since this is just 2 weeks away from what was supposed to be that Shadow and Order launch. I don't know if anyone was actually taken off of work to play Shadow and Order, but if they were, they need to know. And also give us Iron Banner. Part of me wonders, though, you know, there could be some weird conspiracy here that if Bungie, if Destiny was a little bit too enjoyable to play right now, then Destiny players would just play Destiny instead of Marathon. It's a thought. It's a thought, boys. Give us Iron Banner. Give us a fun sandbox inside of Destiny right now. You know? Maybe so. Maybe so. It's going to blow up in their face if Marathon doesn't hook enough people. Again, Marathon is stepping in a ring with some big players, guys. You got Tarkov. You've got Arc Raiders. Some very big players, man. And even though people are like Arc Raiders is fucking up, it's still doing fantastic. I felt like Destiny was really shielded because there really wasn't another game doing what it's doing. And again, I mentioned Warframe, but Warframe's its own beast, you know? Destiny had the luxury for pretty much a decade kind of being in its own domain. Marathon's about to be squaring up with some big folks. So we're about to see, man. We're about to see. This is going to be the greatest test to see if Bungie still got it in regards to PvP. And I think, you know, when you hear about, I don't know if y'all heard, but like one of the developers was talking about the working directly with the founder of Bungie on Marathon. There's, in my opinion, a little bit of legacy in this. A little bit of ego in this. You see where I'm coming from? They want Marathon to do well. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.